Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here to cover these NBA playoff spotlight sim challenges that just dropped in NBA 2K25 My Team a few minutes ago. I'm recording this one at just about 11:15 a.m. Eastern time, and I was not expecting to see these. I thought 2K, if they were going to give us spotlight challenges, they would have dropped them last week when the playoffs were about to begin, like if they had dropped them maybe like on Friday or on Saturday. But instead, it looks like 2K likes to give us different challenges on Mondays. We've been getting those highlights for, I think it was domination for the first week, and then we had salary cap last week. If you take a look at the standard season 6 challenges tab, you'll see we have no new highlights today. 2K opted to instead give us NBA playoff spotlight sims. Now, I don't know why 2K can't give us both, especially given how unrewarding the spotlights have been for domination and salary cap, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just cover what they did give us in the game, which is ultimately, if you complete all of these challenge strings, 16 pink diamond cards, and a lot of them are for the big name players that are still left standing in the playoffs, which is a little frustrating because that makes me believe, at least when we move on to round 2 and then to future rounds of the NBA playoffs, when these teams that are left standing in future rounds get Galaxy Opals and Dark Matters and maybe even 100 overalls for players on their teams, it's not going to be for any of the players that we are getting today as NBA playoffs pink diamond cards, unless those cards end up winning finals MVP. That's just my guess, but we're gonna have to see. Let's get into what each of these challenges entail for every team. In order to get LeBron James, you need to play these 3 Los Angeles Lakers challenges. The first one requires you to beat 3 of the Lakers players in a triple threat game to get a free agent option pack. You'll then get rep for beating the Lakers in a clutch time game, and then playing a full game, which these are 3-minute quarter games, will net you 2,000 MT. And if you scroll down the list, you'll see it's the same kind of rewards for each of the 3 challenges for the respective teams, which means at the end of it all, you're going to walk away with 16 free agent option packs, which is kind of trash, rep, which is arguably even more trash, and then 2,000 MT, which is honestly not bad. You're going to walk away with, what is that, 32,000 MT if you complete all of these challenge strings. Now, if I had to guess, I don't think you need to play and complete all these challenges to get the final reward at the end of the NBA playoffs, which, if I had to guess, I mean, let's briefly work through everything, right? We're starting with 16 pink diamonds. Round 2 is going to have 8 teams left, correct? So with 8 teams left, we're probably going to upgrade gem tier from pink diamond to 8 Galaxy Opal players. And then when the conference finals begin, the Eastern and Western Conference finals, meaning we have only 4 teams left standing, if I had to guess, we'll be able to grind for a Dark Matter from each of those 4 teams left standing. And then when the NBA finals begin, it's going to get a little complicated. I think 2K could either do one of 3 things. They could either not give us any players when the finals begin and then just give us a 100 overall for finals MVP, since you would assume we're going to get a 100 overall if we're getting Dark Matters for the conference finals. Maybe 2K gives us more Dark Matters to start the NBA finals round, and then we get a 100 overall. 2K could also give us 100 overalls to start the NBA finals, and then the finals MVP gets an invincible. I think that's the least likely, because 2K hasn't exactly been kind or generous towards the grinders in the game this year. Just take a look at Tuesday content as an example. Speaking of, let me just quickly show you guys what we got in the game last year around the time the playoffs started. Now, I believe we got these rewards when the first round came to an end, I want to say. You can see we got Dark Matter, Chris Middleton, Tyrese Halliburton, and Tyrese Maxey. So 3 Dark Matters at the end of round 1. I think in last year's playoffs, didn't Indiana beat Milwaukee? I mean, I'm pretty sure Milwaukee didn't win in round 1. So we got 2 Dark Matters for cards that didn't even win in round 1. And that Chris Middleton card was pretty damn solid from what I remember. We also got Opal, Aaron Gordon, Derek White, and my captain, Jalen Brunson. And then we got a number of pink diamonds here in Evan Mobley, Jaden McDaniels, Maxi Kleber, and then TJ McConnell. So we got multiple tiers of cards here. 2 of those tiers were higher than pink diamond. And so it's really frustrating that if you come back and take a look at what we have here, not only do we have pink diamonds, but again, we're getting a lot of big names here, right? LeBron, Giannis, Steph Curry, SGA, Jokic, which probably means unless these cards, unless these players rather, end up winning finals MVP, we're probably not going to get any of these cards as higher tiers, any of these players, any of these players as higher tier cards later on in the playoffs. So, unless Oklahoma City makes it to the finals, we may not see, a higher tier SGA card. And I don't know if I really care all that much about a pink diamond SGA. Giannis, same thing with him. I mean, is this Giannis going to be any better than his Dunktober one that came out back in October? I mean, probably not. I don't think 2KDB has updated their website. I'm checking right now to see if they did. No, their website still has not updated these cards. I've not been able to find if 2K did update these cards here at all. Is there a playoffs tab anywhere? NBA playoffs. Okay, here we go, right here. So let's see. I'm curious. Does that Kristaps Porzingis have 25 speed? Oh my God, look at these badges, man. 8 gold and 4 Hall of Famers. Are these the hidden gems ones? I don't know. 35 speed on Porzingis. That is really, really rough. Let's take a look at like Kawhi, because is this Kawhi even better than the pink diamond one that we got before? 20 gold and 7 Hall of Famers isn't bad, but I don't know what that... It's so frustrating, man. Let's take a look at Giannis. Where is Giannis Antetokounmpo? Right there. So Giannis, 21 gold and 5 Hall of Famers. If you were to take a look at the Giannis that we got during Dunktober, which was back in season 1, Giannis. So this may be like a carbon copy of the Giannis Antetokounmpo that we got back in season 1. And we're in season 6 right now. So, I mean, look, I think 2K kind of did this on purpose. And I know a lot of people are going to be very, very frustrated about this. I mean, I'm assuming, again, same kind of story with the Giannis. I'm sure this LeBron that we got is probably very similar to the full throttle LeBron that we got on literally, look at that, man, 9 gold and 4 Hall of Famers. Hold on. Dude, the one that we got on day 1 of the game is better. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Like, it tracks, right? Like, this is what 2K has kind of been doing all year. Like, all year, this year, they bring back the auction house, and then I feel like the NBA 2K tariff that they've implemented on us this year is they're gonna basically tax the people that grind the game. If you're not someone that's going to pay more than the $70 that you spent to just buy the game, if you're gonna go no money spent the rest of the year, you're going to suffer unless you're willing to work the auction house like crazy to, earn MT that way to then spend on players. Because I'm telling you right now, if the Giannis, Porzingis, and LeBron are any indication of what the rest of these players look like, I would say most of these cards are going to be borderline unusable, even if you're someone that's relatively new to the game. So that is definitely very frustrating. But yeah, man, look, it is what it is. I'm genuinely curious if 2K is going to set these challenges up to where you have to get all of these done in order to play the round 2 challenges. If that's the case, this could be a really, really brutal run of challenges to earn what you're hoping will be decent playoff dark matter and 100 overall cards at the end of the 2025 NBA playoffs. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know down below, how would you grade this content that we got today? We'll do it on a letter scale, so A through F. Let me know if what you would give. If I had to give this a grade, I'd probably give it like a C or a C plus maybe. And the C plus is mostly just because at least we know we're going to be getting higher tiered cards later on, but you're setting the floor here is so low to the point that now I'm worried about what the Galaxy Opals are going to look like in round 2. And if you make it to where we have to play all of these challenges to earn the Dark Matters and the 100 overalls, which the more I talk about it, the more I feel like they are going to do that, because it's going to be 16 sets of challenges here. So we have, we have 16 times 3 is 48. Or they're probably going to do similar, challenges for rounds 2 and 3. It's going to be a lot of games that you have to play to earn Dark Matters and 100 overalls at the end of this. If those cards aren't usable, I don't want to even think about that, man. Let's just see what happens with the rest of the NBA playoff spotlight sims. At least we got something. I just wish the rewards were better, because I'm not excited about using any of these cards right now. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.